My champions, it is so amazing and at the same time embarrassing for us to be shown mature democracy by a country like Mozambique while we are failing to show some kind of democracy in our own country. Mozambique is one of those countries that are never intact. Mozambique has always been tattered. Mozambique has always been going through wars. Mozambique goes through floods. Mozambique is a literacy rate which is very, very low if we compare with our own country. And Mozambique is not one of the countries that have quite a lot in terms of potential if we compare with Zimbabwe. And yet we are seeing a show of democracy and maturity in politics happening in Mozambique while we are going back to the dogs. It is very, very sad what we are seeing happening with Emerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF, while President Nyusi campaigns for young Frelimo leader and Emerson Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe prays for 2030. What really is wrong with us? There is something that is fundamentally wrong with our moral fabric, where we are failing to realize or failing to appreciate things that are very simple. This is just a very simple matter, a matter of simply knowing that I am here for some time. I'm here to do my part. When my part is over, I need to move and go. The very same statement that you are saying, Mnangagwa in China, in his drunken state, is the reality. Unfortunately, he says things that are not real to him. He doesn't care. His mouth can move and say quite a lot that it can say, while his heart and his mind are very far away from what he's saying. Because really, saying that my part is supposed to be played and when I finish, I have to go home and rest is the truth. And he says it, but knowing that deep down in him, he doesn't mean it. And it's sad and sickening. We have seen videos and pictures of the campaign period that is going through in Mozambique. We have even seen President Nyusi himself, together with the incoming president of the Frelimo party, also participating in the election. It's something that we have never seen in Zimbabwe. We have never seen a sitting president, an incumbent president, campaigning for a coming president or a candidate president who is supposed to be voted for next. It has never happened in Zimbabwe. We are saying never. After how many years? 44 years, we still have not seen that happening. I'm telling you, by the time that we shall see that happening in Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe will become a great country. It will become a great country. In Mozambique, it is happening right now, but it won't benefit Mozambique a lot. But if it happens in Zimbabwe, I'm telling you, that will be the beginning of great changes for Zimbabwe. It will be the beginning of things we have never seen in Zimbabwe. It will be the beginning of an expansion and an enlargement of our territory in Zimbabwe. But the problem is we don't have anyone with that willpower. We have people that want to die in power. We have people that want to kill to be in power. We have people that want to risk everything for them to remain in power. Exactly what we are seeing happening in Mnangagwa and Robert Mugabe. But at the end of the day, these people are going to end up going out and finding themselves being very, very unhappy people. They come out very sad people. Because at the end of the day, it will be betrayal, or they will be forced to go out, or something that will happen to them, which they will, at the end of the day, again want to say it was foul play. And it is very unfortunate that what they want to call foul play are issues that they don't want to address when they hide behind a finger. Instead of attending to issues realistically, they want to lie and pretend as if they don't know the truth. Mnangagwa knows that he must go. Mnangagwa knows that he's not needed. He knows that he's rigging elections. He knows that Zimbabwean people don't want him. But he wants to pretend, to still want to represent, speak, and stand for those people who have rejected you. And that is not life. What kind of life is that? Life is real. Life is realistic. Life is not a lie. If you would want to live a lie, it's your own business, but life will continue to present its realities before you. And that is the truth. But in ZANU-PF, there is nobody who lives in that truth. They are all just a bunch of liars. So we can't even expect to see what we are seeing happening in Mozambique, a country that is not even closer in terms of maturity to us. Just look at this. So you can see that these are celebrations that are happening there, and you can tell that there's unity, and the man who is going is not bitter. The man who is going, he knows that his time is up. He understands that the time for him to go is now. And who would want to dispute that? Everyone is aware that you play your part and you go. And this is very difficult for ZANU-PF. Why is it so difficult for ZANU-PF to do this? Why is it that ZANU-PF fails to understand very, very simple logic like this? This man, Chapo, is a new guy who is coming in. Nyusi is there to help and to usher him to the people. Nyusi is going to go away and go to rest as a happy man. And when they do things like this, Chapo is able to go to Nyusi for assistance, for help, for advice. So Nyusi remains a consultant in Mozambique who shall be consulted on matters that are political. If the young man needs the madalas for help, the madalas are available. And when you look at Nyusi, Nyusi is not very old. I wonder how old Nyusi is, because he doesn't look very, very old at all. Let me check maybe from Google. President Nyusi age. Let me just check how old this guy is, because he doesn't look very old. Not at all. He doesn't look very old. He is somebody who is looking quite energetic and young, and he still wants to go to retirement. While our own people, I don't know. Oh, he's 65 years. So I'm seeing that the man is 65. Just imagine, a 65-year-old is able to know that my time is up and he needs to go. Look at our own. What is wrong with Zimbabwe? Look at our own. Imagine if Mnangagwa was 65. What trouble we were going to be in. We were going to be in serious trouble, I tell you. We were going to be in serious problems. And we thank God only that he's very old. He's 87 and he knows it. Although he's rigged the election, the age again and reduced it. But that does not change anything, because the reality of nature continues to count on. So this is the problem that we are seeing happening in our country. ZANU-PF must learn to accept that the time for them to go is now. Mnangagwa must stop this 2013 nonsense. It is over and the time is up. And it is time that Mnangagwa must begin to smell the coffee and do the right thing. The right thing is not to continue making noise over these issues that are unconstitutional. You always want to make controversy. His coming in was controversial. Your going out again wants to be controversial. Why can't he just do things the right way? His coming in was the wrong way. He wants to go out the wrong way again. At least if he had understood that I came in the wrong way, let me go out the right way. At least. But it's far from him. He doesn't even dream like that. He doesn't even think of the consequences that are likely to come and befall many of the people that are believing in him. And many people that are supporting him today. He's going to leave them exposed and in so much danger. So this is what we are saying, family. That how can Mozambique understand simple logic and simple things like this? And we seem to be failing to understand these simple principles of knowing the time to go, knowing that I've played my part, knowing when to dance to the music and when to leave the stage. That's all that we are simply saying. Whether Mnangagwa had done the best, whether he was so good, whether he had done what was never done before, still, according to the Constitution of Zimbabwe, he is supposed to go. And that is it. Why can't he just understand that? The idea of ZANU-PF people saying he has to finish whatever. No. Nobody was ever meant to be a president to come and finish what they have in their own plans. You can't finish them. You just do as much as you can. You can't even talk about, with Mnangagwa, you can't even talk about finishing because he never started anything. So I don't know what ZANU-PF people are talking about when they say he has to finish what he started, because he never started anything. The only thing that Mnangagwa started in Zimbabwe is corruption. He has started corruption. He has started to do, human rights abuses. Those are the things that we can say Mnangagwa started. And are those the things that the ZANU-PF people are telling us that he needs to complete? No ways. This issue of the 2030 nonsense must come to an end. And it is high time that as Zimbabwean people, we continue to condemn it. We want to continue to condemn this because we cannot accept it. It's unacceptable and it is wrong. So this is what it is. As Zimbabwean people, we will continue to demand for freedom. We are demanding an end to ZANU-PF. We are demanding an end to Mnangagwa. We are demanding to a new set of leadership, a leadership that will come and show us the right way of doing things. The leadership that will come and respect the will of the people of Zimbabwe. Simple. They have failed. They don't want to listen to the people of Zimbabwe. Why do they force themselves to be the leaders? If you know that you are so arrogant and you are so proud that you can't listen to the people, then don't take jobs that require people to monitor you and to tell you how you should do things. Go and run business and run your own companies where you can do what you want without anybody questioning you. Not to come into the public arena. The public arena is it's subject to public scrutiny. So you can't deny that. If you are too proud for that, then don't go into public offices because the public will continue to put an eye on you. This is what it is, family. Let's continue to pray for Zimbabwe. Let's continue to demand for freedom. Let's push for change. Let's continue to stand until victory is certain. Zimbabwe will be free. Freedom is coming and God is in it. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. We shall be meeting in the upcoming shows. Remain blessed.